Hey, I'm Jayden, the bass player from Between Kings.
And I am Nick, the singer from Between Kings, and we are with Rob from Front Row Live.
Congratulations, new EP, Antidote. This is a follow-up to your debut album. But most importantly, Antidote has been a big single ever since it first got released. Talk to me about the creative process of this track and being able to get so personal on such a heavy topic like that.
Yes. Well, mental health is something that hits quite close to home for some of us in the band. So it was it's a pretty straightforward process in terms of writing the single. It touches on mental health issues and coming to terms with the fact that it's okay to need an antidote, pretty much, to get you through the day. And it's obviously something that doesn't just affect us. We get a lot of messages and things from fans and other people who are struggling with the same thing. So,
and from those messages, we've learned that antidotes come in all forms. It's not just stock standard. It can be prescribed medication, but it can be as simple as running. Some people for meditation purposes will run 5Ks a day, and that's their antidote. So that's also another big thing we've really learned from all the messages that we've been receiving.
Writing a song like that where, it's not about a relationship, it's more of a deeper thing in you, especially something that you're going through. Do you feel like that's a lot harder than writing a song about a relationship or about a friend or losing someone?
It can be, for sure. It's pretty nerve-wracking, especially showing other people, obviously, because it's so personal, that putting all of those feelings into words is obviously, it can be a lot more challenging. You have to approach it from a different way than you have to approach a song about love or something like that. You've obviously got to, you've got to approach it slightly differently.
How do you guys get used to getting vulnerable when you guys are recording music, knowing that, there's so many other ears and so many other people that are going to pay attention to this?
I think we start off from a point of if we're comfortable enough showing each other, then we're all good. There's no ego or anything like that with our songwriting process, and we're all really close. So when we do come with ideas like, all right, the song's feeling like it's going to be about mental health or something vulnerable, it comes from a place of I guess honesty, and we can everybody in the band is we all relate to each other in a way that we can feel open enough to write about these topics. And then when it comes to sharing the music with people, you've just got to put it out there and hope that everybody takes it the right way, I guess.
And it's such a taboo subject that just shouldn't be, because it's
Right.
so common. And that's another big thing, at least for me, in pushing this song and especially this album forward, was just, who cares? Talk about it. Like, just because it's difficult doesn't mean that it's a conversation that shouldn't be had, especially around antidotes and mental health. It's becoming more and more open for everyone to share, and that's the way it should be.
I know you guys worked with Jimmy Messer again on this EP, which he also produced your debut album. But, why did you guys feel Jimmy was the right fit for this particular topic and made you guys want to jump back in the studio with him?
We've obviously we know Jimmy from previous. We know him from the work that he did with Kelly Clarkson and the Backstreet Boys, things like that. So just one of those names in the industry where a lot of the songs that he's produced in the past have been touched on. They're quite personal songs, and we felt like we were at a point where our songwriting had matured to a place where we weren't. I suppose we needed to find our own lane, our own sort of sound. With the previous album, we were still finding, I guess, we were getting influenced by bands who we grew up listening to quite a bit, and we feel like we've gotten to a place now, and with Jimmy's help, where we can write music and it sounds like it does in our heads. And it just seems like a fit.
Just trying to lock down that Between Kings sound that we've been hearing in our heads for so long, and that we've just been progressing to over the years, and he's definitely the one to help. And you can bring anything to Jimmy. I've found he's just so welcoming and lovely that you can really create a song about anything, and he's open to make it work and make it the best it possibly can be.
Yeah, and he's honest with
That's
it as
the
well.
best thing.
You need honesty when you're producing an album. You need someone to tell you when you're being cringy, when the lyrics aren't quite there yet, or when the melody or something's not there yet, and he's straight down the line.
It's best to not waste time. Yeah. Like if someone brings you a shit song, just be like, this ain't it. Let's start fresh.
It's not happening.
It's great to have,
Yeah.
Something you need.
That's a good point. Now, do you guys feel, or how do you guys feel he challenged the band as a whole when you guys were creating this EP?
It was a matter of breaking down each individual part, so like its bare elements. Like every guitar piece was like, all right, cool. This guitar sounds great, or it doesn't. What is the right tone for this guitar? What amps, like just the amount of actual like deep diving and dissecting of each individual part that goes into it was a big part of it for us. Every lyric needs to be examined under a microscope to make sure that you're getting your message across authentically, but make sure that it obviously you aren't being cliche and things like that.
What is it about these 4 tracks that you guys felt like they completed this EP?
I think it's versatile enough. I think like we didn't want just 4 of the same songs. On the EP, we wanted a little bit of versatility. So we have songs that deal with topics like mental health, like with the single Antidote, but we also have Too Young to Give a Fuck, where it's just like, it's a little tongue in cheek and you can be a little bit fun with it. And that I think a big mistake that I know I make sometimes with my songwriting is I take myself too seriously, and I wanted to sort of step away from that, and we all did. We wanted to have a bit of fun with it as well. So songs like, Too Young to Give a Fuck, or Bad for Me, where it's a little bit more of a sexy song. We wanted to experiment and branch out, so that we're not just dealing with one topic. We wanted to be open and versatile with what our message is.
Bass-wise, how do you feel that that changed on this EP?
I've always found that you just have to play to service the song, and that's what we always do with the songwriting. It's whatever helps push the song forward. Nick touched on it before. That we never write with ego. It's whoever writes the best pace part for that song, whether it's me, whether it's Nick, whether it's Jordan, it really doesn't matter. We just try our best to service the song. And I feel like that's really what we've nailed in this upcoming EP. I think that the bass complements the songs like it never has before. The bass up the fretboard a lot more. I know a lot of bass players that I know are kind of scared of moving up past the 8th fret because why am I playing high? But it's all about
at that point. Just get a guitar.
Exactly. It's such as some people just have these hard blocks, but it's all about complementing the song and playing where you need to. And I think that the bass in these 4 songs on this EP has done that brilliantly.
Right. Now, going back to Antidote, and being that it is touching on the mental health aspect, how are you guys handling this whole quarantine that we're going through right now? Because I feel like, having to stay home, not being able to connect with your friends, like in a more personal way, like I feel like that kind of affects those that do suffer from mental health, and I feel like it makes it come out a little bit more. But how are you guys dealing with it right now?
It definitely does come out a bit more. Everybody's got a little bit more time on their hands to think and to run things in their head. And for us personally, we don't have that outlet. One of our outlets, one of the biggest ones for me personally at least, is playing live shows.
Yep, definitely.
So we have that pent-up energy that we're not getting to sort of put out there. So we're focusing our energy on what we can in terms of, I guess, trying to connect more and have open chats about this sort of thing with people on social media and stuff like that.
Because it is a massive struggle, I guess a lot of people would feel stuck and very alone, which are 2 very, very negative feelings to have. So we just try and respond to anyone we can I know us personally, we just kind of try and keep moving, have that one task in the morning that you can complete, so you kind of feel like you've done something for the day, and then you can move. But we live together, so it makes it a lot easier for us, because anytime we feel, a bit bogged down, we can just go hang out, which is great. Like the other night, we all just turned on some music and started running around the couch for like 30 minutes. It killed some time. It was a lot of fun. Like, it's the small things that I think people in this time really need to just latch onto and just make it fun.
What was that go-to music that you went to?
Oh, it was a lot. What did
it was Sandstorm.
Darude Sandstorm, I think, started it.
And then ABBA, we had ABBA going.
Yeah, there was a lot of ABBA. There was a lot of ABBA. I think there was a Nickelback song in there. It changes, yeah.
So, while you have this, excess of time at the moment, do you feel like it's also kind of helping you guys perfect your craft as far as like the songwriting, or as far as like your bass lines go? Do you find yourselves doing that a little bit more?
I've never done more bass practice in my life than I have. Because like it's more because we have so much free time comparatively to before. I guess it's a feeling of guilt. Every time I start doing stuff, like if I'm jumping on a game or if I'm doing something for me, in my head it's like, have you done that on bass yet? Have you done this on bass yet? So like, I feel like I need to earn my gaming time, my free time. So by earning that, I play bass and I practice a bass song. I practice something I want to work on. So just so I don't feel guilty. So yeah, I've never done more bass practice in my life than I have in this.
With songwriting, yeah, we're constantly songwriting. So this free time has been great to just come up with new ideas and do a little bit of experimentation. While we've got all of this free time, let's try and write a weird trap song, or let's try and write let's just branch out and see how weird we can get with it. Which is also good for creativity and just experimentation and getting some of that energy out, shaking off the cobwebs a bit.